Hi everyone, welcome to this online lecture organized by ITLS Academy. The title of this lecture is Junk Food Marketing and Spread of Non-Communicable Disease. At this time, everybody is concerned about the COVID-19 pandemic, which is communicable disease and affecting whole world. And we are going to talk in this lecture about the non-communicable disease. The importance of this topic lies in the fact that persons suffering from non-communicable disease such as diabetes or respiratory disease are at higher risk of catching COVID-19 like infection. One thing learned during this outbreak is that we must boost our immune system and hence we must reset our eating habits, which is immensely affected by junk food consumption. So before going further, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Naveen, full-time faculty of food technology at Amity University Rajasthan, Jaipur, and also associated with ITLS Academy, Lucknow. I am PhD from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, which is one of the premium institute of India. I am having expertise in food safety and quality control. I have more than 6 years of experience in teaching and research. Currently, I am handling one government-funded research project. I have a good number of publications in various esteemed journals with more than 50 cumulative impact factor. So let's have a brief look over the content of this lecture. We will talk about the terminology of unhealthy foods, their health implication, and relation with the non-communicable disease. Then we will discuss about the misleading and unethical marketing strategies of junk foods. Lastly, we will discuss the anti-junk food strategies which can counter the consumption of unhealthy foods. So let's start with the definition of junk food. Junk food is commonly used term which refers to the food products having no nutritional value but full of calories, salt and fats. Similar term, that is fast food, is also very frequently used. The meaning of fast food is the ready to eat food or the food which is served promptly after ordering. Most of the fast foods are unhealthy, containing high salt, sugar and fat, but not all. Some healthy options are also available in the fast food menu. Junk food is not a scientific term and hence it is not used in regulatory framework. Instead of junk food, WHO and Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, they use another term, that is high fat, salt, sugar food. In short, HFSS food. These foods, they comes under the category of unhealthy foods, and we have mainly focused on the fat, salt and sugar. So let's have a look why we have taken only these three ingredients of the food particular. So let's discuss the health implications of unhealthy foods. First one is fat. Fat is most commonly used in the frying of food products and it is also one of the major ingredients in the packaged food. Excess consumption of fat may lead to clogging of arteries and it increases the chances of heart attack and stroke. Salt leads to the cardiovascular disease if consumed in excess amount. Sugar, a number of products are available in market which are rich in sugar like cold drinks, So if we consume sugar in excess amount, that leads to overweight, obesity and diabetes. Now, another important factor about the unhealthy or HFSS food is that most of them, they are ultra processed to increase the shelf life. And during these processing steps, trans fats are generated. These trans fats, they are major culprit for obesity. It increases the bad cholesterol in the body and also increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. So these non-communicable diseases, they are increasing due to consumption of these unhealthy foods. Another reasons for increasing non-communicable disease are excess alcohol consumption or excess tobacco consumption and physical inactivity. What is the non-communicable disease? Non-communicable disease is the disease which does not transmit from person to person. Example of these non-communicable diseases are cancer, cardiovascular disease, chronic respiratory disease, or diabetes. These non-communicable diseases, they are responsible for around 71% of total deaths globally. Means out of 41 million deaths each year, 70% are because of the non-communicable disease. Most of these deaths are premature death and mainly in low and middle income countries. Just have a look over this figure which describes the mortality percentage by different causes. As it is visible from this figure, 40% of total deaths are because of cardiovascular disease, then cancer, then respiratory disease and diabetes. And all these are non-communicable disease, and reason for these disease are the consumption of unhealthy foods. These unhealthy foods which leads to non-communicable disease, and non-communicable disease that leads to the death of people. Not only the death, but these non-communicable disease and indirectly the junk food, they are increasing the economic loss of different countries. Developed or undeveloped or developing countries, all they are spending a large part of their economy to tackle with these non-communicable disease. If we can remove or we can avoid the consumption of unhealthy foods, then these disease may be prevented, and this part of money, that is in trillions, can be spent to feed the poor people. So why there is increase in consumption of fast food or unhealthy foods or HFSS food? The reason behind the gradual increase and very fast increase in consumption of these unhealthy foods is the marketing strategy of these junk food. Companies, they spend a lot of money to promote the junk food and to influence the consumer psychology. Coca-Cola, for example, spends approximately $4 billion on marketing each year, which is more than the public health budgets of many low income and middle income countries. And these sugar drinks, they causes a lot of deaths. The figure shows that around $1.8 billion are spent on marketing targeted at children and teens, out of which 51% is just to market sugar-rich food products and 40% is spent on fast food marketing. Marketing of unhealthy food is very high if we compare with the healthy foods. For example, less than 1% of total budget is spent to promote the fruit and vegetables. One more thing here to be noted, that most of these marketing are targeted at children's, because companies know that they can easily persuade children, and these children, they are the future customer and lifelong customer. So companies, they try to capture this section of consumers. Most of this marketing is done over the TV channels, because TV is used by large section of population, particularly children, and most of the advertisement on TV are of unhealthy foods. You can see from this figure that TV advertisement, they contains the marketing of candy and snacks. About 34% of advertisement, they are on the candy and snacks marketing. Sugar cereals, they are also promoted very high in the TV advertisement. And the marketing of dairy products, fruit, vegetable is very less. So you can compare the marketing of healthy and unhealthy foods. And most of these products which are marketed or advertised, they are unhealthy. We can see in this table the list of breakfast food which are marketed on TV, targeted at children. All these foods are FSS food and don't provide appropriate nutrition to the consumer, but still they are misleading consumer and mostly children. They think that they are consuming very nutritious food, which is not correct. Advertising has subtle effect on consumer. Most of the advertisements are misleading and misguide the consumer regarding health consequences. When these foods are repeatedly shown to the consumers, their mind are attracted towards them, and hence hidden pressure is created in the mind of consumer to purchase these unhealthy foods. Even if consumer dislikes some annoying advertisement, the constant repetition of messages can still influence their purchasing action, and this happens. Now, children are primarily targeted in many ways. Marketers use a wide variety of techniques to attract and grab the attention of children for their product. Because the cognitive power of children is not well developed to understand the deceptive marketing, and they become easy trap of unhealthy eating habits. Children have considerable ability to influence family members through the pastor power. Television viewing is still very popular with the children, and one of the most popular way to market unhealthy food to the children. A global study of advertisement on the commercial channels most watched by children found that 11 to 29% of all advertisement broadcasts were for the food, and of these 53 to 87% were for the unhealthy foods. Employing cartoon, animation, celebrity endorsement have very effective technique to influence the children. Some of the cartoon show promote the unhealthy food through their storyline. So now let's discuss the anti-food measures, because we have to avoid the consumption of unhealthy foods. We have to understand the marketing tactics which are adopted by the promoters of unhealthy foods, and in return we have to make some strategy to reduce the consumption of unhealthy foods and increase the consumption of healthy foods. Unethical and misleading marketing of junk food must be stopped. For this, a number of steps must be taken. Some are shown in this slide. Firstly, strong policies must be formulated and strict action must be taken for non-compliance in this matter. Food regulator should create environment for better choices of unhealthy foods through their promotion in public interest. It is very difficult for government as there is a huge lobby of junk food promoters which influence the government policies. But in public interest, government has to do it. Junk food marketing through any mean must be regulated so that consumers cannot be deceived with the false information. So strict regulatory provisions for advertisement and promotion of unhealthy prepackaged foods targeted at children must be formulated. Then third one is counter marketing. Counter marketing means marketing of healthy food against the unhealthy foods, and false marketing of unhealthy food should be exposed to create awareness among the consumer. So the behavior and psychology of consumer can be changed and they can be convinced to consume healthy foods. After the implementation of Food Safety and Standard Act, a number of cases were lodged against the promoter or manufacturer of unhealthy foods. In India, regulatory authorities are now very actively monitoring the misleading marketing of food products. Legal actions are taken against such violators As shown in this slide, the actions are taken as per the section 24 of Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. We all have seen these advertisements on TV, but might not have thought of their consequences. But we must be aware now and also control our child. We should teach them about the biased and deceptive marketing strategies of these products. For a healthy and happy life, we should adopt this dietary guideline, which is provided by National Institute of Nutrition. We should eat as per this food pyramid, HFSS, that is unhealthy food, high fat, salt, sugar. Food must be either completely avoided or eat sparingly. Non-vegetarian diet and oily food should be eaten moderately. Fruit, vegetables, cereals and millets, pulses, milk, they must be consumed in higher amount so our body get proper nutrition, and which in turn boost our immune system. Boosting our immune system will be helpful in two ways. That it will prevent the non-communicable disease, as well as it will make our body strong enough to fight with the communicable disease. So we conclude this lecture with saying of Marcel Proust that the voyage of discovery is not in seeking new landscape, but in having new eyes. Thank you, everybody.